What's going on, everybody? I'm Primalliquid and welcome guys to my all-in-one ultimate demo guide on how to get overpowered in Disgaea 6. Now guys, I do just have to say one little thing. Unfortunately, on the demo, we are limited to just one save. So unfortunately, I cannot make a new save to show any of this off because I don't want to lose my 166 hours ready for when the full game comes out. So I'm going to have to walk you through a lot of this with just explanations, and of course I do have the older videos up as well, which can serve as also a guideline. However, right now a lot of you guys have had so many questions on how I've managed to get so ridiculously strong on the demo that we're going to go through it from scratch. So as soon as you start a brand new game, I'm going to walk you through everything to get as ridiculously strong as I am right now. So let's get started, shall we? The first and foremost is, as soon as you start the game, you want to unlock all stages. This is by far the most important. Just go through the normal dimension guide until you get to Burgerous Aqueduct. Now, you can't complete this stage, so don't worry about that. Just make sure you have Rich Man's Plaza unlocked and you can fight on that. That is the first thing you should do before anything. It's like, yeah, you'll have quite a few tutorials and things like that, but that is the first thing you should work on. Once you've got all those stages unlocked, we're actually going to be working on something else. So we're going to go to the quest shop right now, and this is where we're going to work on unlocking all of the classes. So right here, you know, gold martial artist created. So just create a martial artist, you can then create a thief. Now, here you've got things that require a little something else. So to unlock the archer, you need to get a warrior and a clergy with 1 star or higher. Now, what this means is if we go into any of the character's stats and we go to the class. Now, right now, it all says master for me, but as you can see right here, there are some that, you know, you obviously can't unlock in the demo. As you can see right there, they have stars. You need to essentially get a single star for that class. So just we mentioned it was the clergy and the martial artist. Once you have 1 star in each of them, you will also be able to then unlock the archer class. Now, you don't need both of these stars on one class. So for example, if I had 1 star on Zed with the clergy, and then I had a thief with 1 star on the martial artist, that would also allow me to create the class. And then it's also the same with the rest of the classes as well. The only difference is some of them you might have to get 2 stars, like right there I need a martial artist at 2 stars. And likewise, you know, sometimes you might have to unlock different classes to then be able to unlock a future class. For example, the Robot Army, which unlocks the Mecha Girl, you need a Gunner and an Armor Knight for that, both at 2 stars. This is the main thing we're going to be working on right now, and we're going to be doing this while also working on a few other things, because unlocking all of these classes is super important. So, what I suggest doing is have Zed, well, your main character Zed, have him set to learning the Prinny. And I know it sounds kind of weird. Trust me, it's going to be important, okay? So, set Zed to learning the Prinny class. And then, as for your other 10 characters, because yes, you do want to have 10 characters, doesn't matter who they are. Like, you can have 9 generics, you could have Misador, it doesn't matter. Just make sure they are each learning a different class, because that's how we're going to get through this really quickly. And then go into Demonic Intelligence and just set everybody to all-out attack. So you've got your 10 main characters on all-out attack. What I suggest doing as well, if you've made a whole bunch of characters, just put your 10 main killers in any of these up here by pressing a square on them, and then moving left or right on the D-pad, and then you can simply just press well, it should be the A button, I think, but I swapped my controls on the Switch. So you can then just press like the B button to transfer them over, and then if I wanted like this to, well, if I wanted this group to be the one to fight, I would just set that to the auto battle, and then that group is the only one that's going to fight automatically for me. So again, just set all of your 10 main units to that. And then what you want to do is you can either just go over to the next area through there, or you can hold the right trigger in and access the cheat shop. what we want to do now is we want to set EXP to the maximum. So this is 150%. You do this by lowering mana, money, weapon mastery, special skill EXP, and class proficiency down to 90%. And then we're also going to actually raise the enemy strength. Now for this is gonna be a slow process. I suggest starting off around maybe 5-6 stars until you find what you can comfortably kill at stage 2-3 on pretty easily. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna work on unlocking all of those classes, while farming stage 2-3. And I know I said to set it to EXP and not class proficiency, even though we're actually working on unlocking classes. The reason for this is unlocking these basic classes is not going to take too long at all. EXP is going to be the main thing we want right now because we need levels kind of urgently. So that's going to be the big thing. The goal of this right now is to just keep working your way up until 1, you have all of the classes unlocked, and 2, you can fight stage 2-3 on 20 stars with no problems at all. Okay, so you've done that. You can farm stage 2-3 on 20 stars. You've got all your classes unlocked. What do we do next? Well, next we're actually going to work on some other classes. The main ones that we actually want though is going to be diabolical. So if I actually just scroll all the way up here, and the main reason we want these is this is going to be your best income for the entire start of the grind. And to basically do these, you need to achieve demerits. Now, these do not stack. So, for example, for the final one, which rewards 666 million HAL, I need 100 demerits. Now, for the one before that, though, I need 50. So I would turn these 50 in, and then once I am able to work on Be Diabolical, that does not mean that one starts at 50. It gets reset down to 0, so I still need 100 demerits. These are going to be the big ones that we really want to work on, because this is going to be what really gets us off the ground and really gets us going in this grinding. So again, start working on that. Just one thing though, as you're working through that, when you're turning demerits in here, do not accept any for karma if it will say you are capped. So if it says you will not be able to earn any more karma because you are about to hit the cap, do not accept that demerit. Trust me, we need to make use of every single point of karma that we can. So let's have a little recap, shall we? We're going to be working on Be Diabolical by turning in demerits for HL. Now, you can get these in many different ways: leveling up, super reincarnating, defeating enemies, doing so much damage, raising weapon levels, and so on and so forth. The main ones we really want to work on, though, is reaching rank 5 in any class, because that'll be sort of easy from the next step. And the reason for that is it also increases EXP earned by 70%. But not only that, we get 5% for rank 1, 10% for rank 2, 30 for rank 3, 50 for rank 4, and then the 70 for rank 5. All of these add up. So it's not just like once you hit rank 5, you know, you've only got 70%. No, all of these add up. This will be a grand total of 170%. Once you master a class, so that is all 6 stars, so when you go to classes it says master. Once you have that one, you gain an extra 130%. This means this character will now earn a grand total of 300% extra EXP. However, don't worry, we're not going to be anywhere close to mastering a class just yet. The main thing right now is we want to reach rank 5. And this is where, I'm sorry to say, but the next step is going to take 10 to 12 hours. Because what I suggest doing right now is once you're able to farm stage 2-3 on 20 stars, you've got your classes made. And when I say your classes made, I mean you are able to make all classes. I actually really strongly suggest right now making a war lady class and making a mage class. Make sure these two classes are in your 10 main units that you are going to farm this next stage with. Super important, because both of these are going to have major points to use later on. So once you've got your main 10 units set up, just go to stage 2-3 and put auto battle on and auto repeat on. Super important. You just want to leave that going overnight. I know, some people might be a little worried about leaving the switch going overnight. Honestly though, guys, I've had my switch running for 3 to 4 days consecutively on this demo, and yeah, it might feel a little hot every now and again, but there's been no issue, so don't worry about leaving it on for 12 hours, you know, while you go sleep. Well, 8 to 12 hours. Because what we need to do now is, aside from the fact we need to get Zed up to 5 stars on the Prinny, which I did mention earlier. The reason for that is once the Prinny gets to 5 stars, we can learn an Evilty from it. But that's only well, technically a third of the reason we're going to be grinding all night. The second reason is going to be EXP. The first time I did this grind overnight, I started the grind where my characters were around level 1 to 2,000. I woke up and they were anywhere from 7,000 to max level. So my 10 characters were anywhere from level 7,000 to 9,999. Not only that, there's a lot of mana to be gained, and that is one of the big points that we're going to need. Now, if you wake up and your Prinny is not 5 stars on Zed, go to the juice bar, select have a drink, click on Zed, go over to class Proficiency, words are hard, guys, go down to Prinny and just get that to 5 stars with spending, even if it takes all your HL and all your stored EXP, it's worth it. Just get Prinny to 5 stars. Okay, so you've got all the mana from overnight, and your Prinny is 5 stars. So what you want to do now is, with Zed, go to the skill shop, go to Learn Evilty, and select Recycle Spirit. Obviously, it's not here for me, because I've already got it. It should cost 5,000 mana to learn. Once you've then got Recycle Spirit, you want to go ahead to create Scroll. Now at this point, Zed is obviously not going to have enough mana to create so many of these. So what you first want to do is go to the Dark Assembly, and on Zed, you want to pass the bill Hog All Mana. What this will do is, this will take all the mana from all of your units, and it will give it to Zed. So with all of that newfound mana, we now need to create 100 scrolls of Recycle Spirit. When I find it, where are you? Sorry guys, I have all the abilities on Zed right now. There it is. So it's in over near the bottom. It costs 5,000 mana per scroll, which means you are going to need 500,000 mana. Don't worry if you can't create all 100 in one go. Do not worry, you can do this step bit by bit. You don't need to do it all at once. As long as you can create, you know, like 30, 40, that is enough to really get this method off the ground, and it's going to speed everything up dramatically. So, you've got your scrolls made. Now, we unfortunately have no mana, so it's back to 2-3 for a couple of stages. Just get a little bit of mana. It doesn't matter how much you get, as long as you've got like a couple hundred, that's going to be enough. Because the next step now, whoops, I did not mean to use the skill shop. The next step now is actually going to be using the Dark Assembly, and we're going to create 100 characters. Now, oh yeah, I can't actually create one because my fingers are completely full. Now, for the characters that you create, it doesn't really matter too much. You can go for Prinnies just because it's easier. However, I don't suggest Prinnies. I actually suggest Armor Knights, but you obviously can't create the max rank Armor Knight at this stage of the game. So start with Prinnies for now, so make 100 Prinnies, and then we'll reincarnate them later. And there is a reason for that, but we'll touch on that later when we actually get to that point. So, you have 100 Prinnies at this point. Just pretend my Diamond Knight or Prinnies right here. You have 100 Prinnies. You have maybe 100 Recycle Spirit Scrolls. If you don't, not a problem. What you want to do now is use all of those Recycle Spirit Scrolls on your Prinnies. Make sure every Prinny has this Recycle Spirit. For every Prinny that you are able to teach Recycle Spirit to, put it in its own tab here like this. So right now, in this like 10th character selector, I've got all my Recycle Spirit and then my 10 main party killers. So, you've got all your Prinnies in here now. They all have Recycle Spirit. Let's look at the Demonic Intelligence we're going to set up for these. So, straight off the bat, we're going to have Defend on all of them, apart for 10. So, what we're going to do right now is we're just going to have a very, very basic Defend. So, just delete the Demonic Intelligence, replace it with just Defend, save it. That's all we need for them. And then what I suggest doing is just using the plus button to copy it, and then using the minus button to paste it on everybody. However, if you look down in the bottom right of the character selector, as you can see, there is numbers there. So 9 out of 120, 10 out of 120. Every 10th character needs a different demonic intelligence setup. Because what we need them to do right now is we need them to effectively lift a character up and throw it, causing them all to explode. Now, if you're using Prinnies, that is like their natural ability. They will always explode when thrown. If you are not using Prinnies, which at this point you should be, then you need to go into the cheat shop and enable everyone is a bomb. This means everybody is effectively treated like a Prinnie and they will explode when thrown. Okay. So from that point on, we've got the, well, I should probably show off the throwing intelligence, but we've got all the defending throwing in, we've got all the abilities on the Prinnies, and here is my throwing demonic intelligence. So you want yourself first, you want to wait until other units have acted, you want to target the nearest unit, lift it up, target the nearest unit again, and throw. That's all you need. You need that on every 10th character. So in this case, it's 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on and so forth. Once you've got all of these characters made, even if you only have 40 Recycle Spirits for now, don't worry. Just have your main 40 Prinnies and then your 10 main party members that are going to be doing the killing. Because now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on getting the 100 Recycle Spirits. And the easiest way for this is to simply go into stage 2, 3 again. With this new setup, so all your Prinnies will keep exploding, they'll be earning mana at the end, and because of Recycle Spirit, they will not be taking any units out of your dispatch count. And then your final 10 units, because the demonic intelligence for them should still set to be all-out attack, you will be able to kill them much, much easier, and everybody will gain the mana. At that point, hoggle mana again on Z until you have your 100 Prinnies set up. Okay, so now you've got all your Prinnies set up, all 100 of them. You've got them all with Recycle Spirit, you've got them all throwing, blowing up, and then you've got your 10 main party killers as well. This is where we're really, really, really going to start breaking everything wide open now. Because everything we've been doing so far is literally just setting up. This is all literally just setting up at this point. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the juice bar. And what we're going to do here is we're going to choose our 10 main characters. I suggest having Zed, you know, because he's the main character. But then also make sure you choose a War Lady and a Mage for this step. Like, I don't care what other characters you do this with. These two 110% have to be in this because we're going to be using these so much later. So we're going to go into them and then we're going to increase the mana one at a time. So right now, as you can see, I'm at 4,285 mana. I'm going to increase that once, just once, and then I'm going to do it again and again and again. We're going to do that 255 times. Each character takes about 4.5 minutes to do this on, to do 255 increases. I suggest mana because then you can easily keep track. And the reason we want to do that is super, super simple. If we go back into demerits and we scroll down, where are you, juice bar? Where are you? There we go. So as you can see right now, use the juice bar 255 times. It gives us 10 million karma. 200 times gives us 5 million karma. Now, obviously right now, this is a lot of karma. So you do need to make sure you are doing this on characters that have already hit at least level 7,500, because this increases their max karma limit to 10 million. Once your karma limit is 10 million, go ahead and accept all of the juice bars, except the last one. Because right now, we're going to gain about 6.5 million karma from just 200 times. So if we would then to accept the 255 one as well, we would actually lose that 6.5 million karma because we'd be capped at 10 million. So again, just accept up to 200 times for now. Because what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be going to the Dark Assembly, and on all of those characters that we just did the juice bar on, we're going to reincarnate them. And what we're going to do by reincarnating them is we're going to use all of that lovely karma. Okay, I probably shouldn't have showed Z here because I kind of messed up on my Z. So I'll show you with Sissy instead. So right now, we're going to be basically maxing out all of the stats. So using all your newfound karma, max out HP, SP, attack, defense, int, resistance, hit, and speed. The main reason for this is level 9,999 on its own will only actually give you about 100 to 200,000 in stats at max level. However, if you do it after, well, if you hit max level after maxing all of these out, you will actually be on around 3 to 5 million in stats, depending on the class. That is already incredibly strong and super important for a later stage. Once you've done that, just do a simple stage on 2-3 again, get 100 mana, accept the final demerit, which gives you an extra 10 million karma, and then we're going to go back into reincarnation. At this point, we're going to finish maxing out these stats because chances are with the 6.5 million, you did not max hit and you did not max speed. That's fine. Max them out now and then go over to unlock ability. You 110% want to get all of the damage abilities that you can. I suggest getting the movement ones up to 50,000, the throw range up to 50,000. Basically, just get all of these upgrades up to the 50,000 one, except for the attack range. I do suggest getting that, but as I say, I messed up on my Z. I ended up getting the 10 million damage increase, which was honestly a very silly mistake. Do not repeat my mistake, please. Do not get this damage dealt up EX3. It is a waste, okay? It is a waste. Get everything else first. So, we've gone through the juice bar. We've got max reincarnation stats on everybody at this point. So, now we're actually going to talk about leveling up. For this stage now, we aren't quite strong enough for the assembly fights. So again, I suggest going back into stage 2-3 and fighting there until your 10 main killers have quite a few levels and quite a few stats. Even if it means leaving it on overnight again, it is still super important. Because of them having their stats way up there because of the reincarnation karma points, they're going to get super strong, super quickly. One of the things you can do as well is you can pass the Hog All EXP bill on one of your characters, and then because your 100 prinnies will still be going out and getting EXP, all of that EXP is going to be getting passed to one character as well, ensuring that they'll level up really quickly. I suggest getting at least 2 characters to level 9,999. Once you've got that, we can then really move things up. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be working on fighting the Dark Assembly. Now, at this point, we basically just want to get everybody up to max level. Like, we want to get all of our main killers up to max level. So, I suggest starting on 10 stars. See if you can win that on 10 stars. If you can win on 10 stars, maybe raise it up a little. But the end goal is going to be you want to be able to absolutely effortlessly kill everything on 20 stars. Because we're going to be doing I Need More War Funds, and we're going to be persuading by force. Because this is going to give us a lot of EXP and a lot of mana. And that's going to be the super important thing here. 1 second, I need to drink some coffee. Oh, I tell you, talking so much makes your throat really dry. But yeah, so what we want to do right now is we want to max everybody out and get a good, decent amount of karma. Mana. Once you've got your 10 main killers at max level, and you've got a whole bunch of mana, you should at this point have more than enough demerits to turn in for the Be Diabolical quest, which means you should at least have 666 million HL at this point. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go to the juice bar again, and we're going to actually spend this on a Galaxy Mage. Or if you don't have a Galaxy Mage, you will any minute now. So go to your Witch and buy as much class proficiency as you can. Honestly, at this point, you should be able to get at least one mastered class. With 666 million HL though, that should be enough for 3 classes to master. 100% master all of these on the Witch first. You absolutely want to master Witch so you can then reincarnate into a Galaxy Mage, and then it doesn't matter what other 2 you master, just go for any, it doesn't matter, just make sure you master them. And the reason for that is quite simple. First things first, more EXP on the Galaxy Mage, but not only that, we need the Galaxy Mage for her Elemental Burst skill, which is a skill that uses all of your current SP, and it deals incredibly good damage. Now, why do we want extra classes with her as well? The reason for that is, again, with demerits. So if we go to demerits right now, master any class is 130% extra EXP. However, after that, if you master 2 classes, you get an extra Evilty slot. 3 classes, another Evilty slot. 5 classes, another Evilty slot. This is the reason we want to start working on all of her classes now, because we want the Evilty slots. You can get a maximum of 18 Evilty slots like this because we can only master 14 classes in the demo. Okay, once we've got that, we need to start earning some Evilties right now. And one of the things that I do suggest doing is make sure you pass the quests in the quest shop for killing sea angels. And the reason for that is with killing sea angels, we can actually get a few really nice Evilties. Namely, we can get Happy Song, and we can also get Fortune Song when I actually find the quest, which doesn't seem to want to appear for me. Okay, here we go. They should be around here. Yeah, Sea Angel. So as you can see, kill 3 Sea Angels, you get Happy Song. Kill 10, you get Fortune Song. You can fight both of these, well, you can fight Sea Angels in the assembly. That is the only way you can fight them in the demo. So it might take you a couple of assembly builds to actually get the kills needed, but it is super worth it. Happy Song increases the XP for everybody else on the field by 30%, and Fortune Song increases mana by 30%. And we do want to teach these and also spread them around to our 10 main units, because it's going to come in super handy. However, at this point though, this is where things really start to diverge, and this is where my other guides really start coming into play right now. So what I suggest doing at the moment is, first things first, farm your mana. Now this is really important. You definitely want to farm some mana on your Galaxy Mage, because we need to level up the skill Elemental Burst as much as we possibly can. So what I suggest doing is fighting with I need more war funds. However, go for a mana setup, okay? So what I mean by a mana setup is make sure your 10 main units that are gonna like actually do the fighting at the end, make sure they all have Fortune Song, which increases mana gain for all ally units on the map by 30%. Now, at max level, you can technically have enough Evilty slots to get Happy Song on there as well, which is still worthwhile. However, that is 10,000 mana per character, so you would essentially need 100,000 mana to get the Evilty on all 10 of your main units. It is a worthwhile investment though in terms of the mana. So at that point, just keep fighting. I need more war funds. And what I also suggest doing is reincarnating your 100 like Prinnies until you get one of them that gives the reward damage reward. Because when you super reincarnate, you can get Evilties. You can get nearly any Evilty in the game, minus a few from super reincarnation. The one you definitely want is damage reward. As soon as you get that, even if you have to like use the juice bar to give a whole bunch of mana to the unit that gets it, create a scroll and teach it to your Galaxy Mage. That's going to be the most important ability that we're going to be working on right now. So, once you've got that ability on there, I'm just going to go ahead and load up my main fighting abilities. So, right now, these are the abilities we want to work on for our Galaxy Mage. Whoops, that's the wrong set. Which one is it? It's that one. That's the one I want. So here are the ones that we actually want right now. These are the ones that I've had the best results with when it comes to actually dealing massive damage with the Galaxy Mage. Now, most of these you can get from like hitting level 9,999 and buying them from the ability shop. Some of them come from classes, like mastering classes, and then the others come from super reincarnation. Once you get these, this is basically going to be what we use to really increase our damage output, which is going to be super important. And the main one is we want damage output for damage reward, because that way any damage we do will actually give us HL. And then handicap, because that means a unit will always survive when we attack it. Another super important one is magic collection. This recovers SP equals 5% of the damage we dealt, which means we're always going to be on full SP. And this is the super important, because obviously when it comes to using elemental burst, that actually costs all of the SP that the unit has. Now, with the amount of damage we're going to be doing, even though we're only recovering 5%, that's still going to be enough to keep spamming this over and over and over. So what we want to do now is we want to actually get this set up as close as we can. Don't worry if you can't do this just yet. Just work on getting damage reward and handicap. You can get Taste of Victory either from a quest or from Super Reincarnation. Super Reincarnation is going to be much easier than getting it from the quest though. Magic Collection, I believe, comes from the Galaxy Mage anyway. Mana Scarcity is from Super Reincarnation. Star Blessing is a basic ability that anybody can learn. And Warrior Killer is a basic ability that anybody can learn at max level as well. So get all of these set up. And then you want to actually create a new, well, you don't have to create a new demonic intelligence, but you want all out attack set. And then go into status, go to specials, and turn every single skill off apart from elemental burst. Then what you want to do is, if I just change over to my my Galaxy Mage, there we go. So if I set that one to auto, we're going to go into stage 2-3 right now. I should also mention, in the cheat shop, change all of your percentages to HL. You want 150% HL for this. Then we're just going to go into the stage and we're going to let the Galaxy Mage go ham. Whoops, I forgot to actually change her thingy over. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's kind of annoying. So we're just going to end the turn right there. Okay, so I did do a counter attack, so I got 146,000 HL there. But if we use Elemental Burst here, now execute. So as you can see, I did 64 quadrillion damage. Obviously, you're not going to be doing that amount of damage at this stage. But if you look there, I'm now up to 253 million HL. What you basically want to do now is just keep grinding a lot with this. Now, obviously, you would want your auto battle set up to actually do it for you. I forgot to change my demonic intelligence because I am an idiot. But the main reason we want to do this is we're going to use the juice bar now. We're going to increase the intelligence of our Galaxy Mage as high as possible. Oh, excuse me. It's like, I know I did mention we want the class proficiencies, but we still want a really high intelligence base at first. You at least want to get 1 to 200 million intelligence on your Galaxy Mage. Once you're at 1 to 200 million, work on finishing off your class proficiencies and then go back to maxing out the intelligence again. Once you're able to earn, you know, like hundreds of millions per hit, like I am, or not even per hit, you know, once you're actually able to earn, I don't know, like 500 million in a minute, it's like that's going to be enough for what we need to do next, because now we're going to be working on getting mana, because right now we need to seriously increase the skill level of Sissy's, or, well, I mean Sissy for me, Galaxy Mage's skill. The main way we're going to be doing this is we're going to be setting up a War Lady with nothing but mana skills. So we're going to use Mana Master and Pro Mana Collector, which come from Super Reincarnation. There's Mana Collector, Mana Maniac, Mana Lover. They are from the normal Everity store, like any character can learn them. And then we're also going to use Free Laws, which is a War Lady's base skill, which basically means she can't kill teammates. And then what we're going to be doing on the other 10 characters that we have out on the field, we're just going to make sure they have Fortune Song, which increases mana gain for all ally units on the map by 30%. We're going to set everybody to defend apart from our War Lady. Our War Lady is going to have all specials turned off apart from Full Strike. And this way, as soon as the fight starts, War Lady is going to be able to kill everything in one hit. And not only that, though, we are going to have all of these lovely, lovely units getting mana for us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to set the cheat shop up to 150% on mana. And then we're going to set 20 stars. And we're just going to now keep fighting in the Dark Assembly. And it doesn't really matter what you fight in the Dark Assembly. Like, you could just keep doing Hog All Mana. Or I would actually recommend doing I Need More War Funds, because typically it has more enemy units. And they are also often the stronger variety as well. So we're going to keep fighting in I Need More War Funds. With the setup that I just described, that is essentially the same setup in the video that I made previously, where you get about 2 million mana per fight, which we're then going to just keep hogging all the mana on the Galaxy Mage to further increase her skill in the skill shop. Now, again, don't worry about the level of this skill. Remember, it will only cost all of the SP the character has. So even at nearly level 6,000 for me, it's still only costing 13 million because my Galaxy Mage is only level 1. And then it's basically just going to be... It's going to be a lot of back and forth at this point, okay? You're just going to be constantly hogging all mana, increasing elemental burst, hogging all mana, increasing elemental burst. You want to do this until you are getting about 100 million HL per cast on your Galaxy Mage. Once you're getting around 100 million per cast, just leave it AFK on 2-3 for a few hours. Now, some people prefer using other stages because there's more units. However, here's the thing, guys. If you're doing other stages because there's more units, that's taking up time for the other units to do their turns. Even if you actually kill the units without using handicap, you then have to go through all of the loading screens. Now, I've tried this on Throne Room, which has quite a lot of enemies. I've tried this on Castletown, and I've tried this on Rich Man's Plaza. The absolute best money-making strategy I've come across is Rich Man's Plaza using handicap with just the one unit. Golden Touch also does not seem to affect this method, so do not worry about that. But what you want to do now is just farm Rich Man's Plaza, get billions and billions and billions of HL. Once you've done that, go back into the juice bar. Spend literally all of your money on your Galaxy Mage and max out her intelligence. Whether that's, whether you run out of money first or you run out of intelligence first. Doesn't matter. Max out the intelligence on your Galaxy Mage. Once that's done, I would then actually suggest going to your War Lady and at the very least max out her attack. Now, my War Lady is going to be my main unit in the full game, so that's why I've actually chosen everything apart from Int, because that's obviously all gone on to my my Galaxy Mage. So I suggest maxing out all the stats on your War Lady at this point. And now we're essentially in a bit of a dilemma for what we do, At this point, this is where I essentially just started maxing out all of my class proficiencies on everybody. So if we go into class proficiency, I've got all of my my main units, which are completely maxed out. So I've got one of every class where the class proficiency is completely mastered. So I have 14 classes right now, all with mastered, well, okay, I have 16 characters right now, all with mastered class proficiencies, and then I've also gone into weapon mastery and got 100 on all of them as well. From that point, what I then moved on to do was I needed stats. So I needed to get more stats in the juice bar. The best way I found of doing this is, unfortunately, a bit of a chore. So I suggest you actually go and reincarnate all of your Prinnies now into tier 6 Armor Knights, aka the Diamond Knight. And the reason for that is the Diamond Knight has the absolute highest HP growth that is available on the demo. Once you've done that, you want to assign an Evilty to her, which, hang on, Evilties. You want to assign the Tough Guy Evilties. Now, you can get these through reincarnation and then just create scrolls, because this increases HP growth even further. That's not all. Remember the juice bar trick we did earlier? Do that as well, just so you can then turn in the demerits for extra karma on these characters. Once you turn in the demerits and you've got all the extra karma, max out their HP on the reincarnation menu as well. That way, at level 9,999, these units will actually have just over 1 billion HP. Which means when we go into demerit, we can actually raise stat at over 1 billion, which gives us 10 million of each extract. And guys, that is per character. So if you do that on all of your 100 sacrificial units, that right there is 1 billion extra stats in the juice bar for you. So it's super, super worthwhile to do. Now at this point, you don't really have a whole lot left to grind. There's only really a few things. Like, you can finish grinding more money if you want to. You can max out skill levels. Or you can do what I'm currently in the process of doing, which is maxing out the juice bar EXP. Although, to be honest, I'm probably only going to get up to 100 billion, and then I'm going to leave it there. The next stage that I'm going to be grinding now is I'm just going to be grinding mana. Like, I'm going to grind out my Galaxy Mage's skill to maximum level, and then I'm probably going to get maybe, you know, 1 million mana to, well, 1 million to 10 million mana on each character, and then I'm pretty much going to be done on the demo. All I'll be doing after that is I will actually be I'll be going through my main unit, and I'll be doing all of the demerits possible on the demo. So if you don't know what those are, we can reach up to level 9,999 in the demo. We can't do any more levels than that. We can super reincarnate all the way through, which gives us a whole bunch more. We can't do the Item General, King, God, God 2, or a Resident of the Item World, because we don't have access to the Item World yet. We can defeat an ally and enemy simultaneously, so I will be working on this one as well. Defeating up to 50,000 units, actually if I show this on my War Lady. The next one is 100,000 enemies. That is going to be ridiculously, ridiculously long. The best way I found of doing that is farming stage 2-1 with the War Lady, because she kills all the units instantly. I haven't really found a better way of that, unfortunately. So getting that with generics is going to be really easy. Just reincarnate into a War Lady, get the achievement, reincarnate back to the class you were using. Main characters like Zed, it's going to take time, I'm afraid. It's going to take a lot of time. So after that, we've already got all the weapon masteries, because at this point we have more than enough EXP and HL to just buy them. We've got all the mastered classes, so we've got all the Evilties and the extra EXP percentages. We can't finish off those, unfortunately. We do have to wait. We've used the juice bar 255 times, so again, there's another one that we've done. Dealing 1 quadrillion damage. Now, with the Galaxy Mage, that's super, super easy. With other characters, it is also easy if you actually try and go for it on purpose. So what I mean by that is max out their attack, give them a Super Yoshitsuna or something like that, and then use an SS class skill after, well, that you've leveled up. Just make sure you use the same damage boosting Evilties that we use on Galaxy Mage, and honestly, 1 quadrillion damage is not that difficult. Like, that 834 billion there with Zed, I did before I mastered all his classes, I did before I maxed him out in the Super Reincarnation. That was just with his SS class skill, that was. So, doing 1 quadrillion, not that difficult, honestly, don't worry, that is quite an easy one to do. Now, this one, take 1 quadrillion damage in a single hit. Super easy. Just make your Galaxy Mage hit your own character. It's like, as you saw, I was hitting 60 quadrillion. That's 60 times more damage than I need for that. Just use your own Galaxy Mage and you'll do that super, super easy. Raise any stat over 1 billion is pretty easy. Raising it over 10 billion, on the demo, it is possible. Because you can just keep deleting units, making level 9,999. Units to turn in the demerits, which increases your juice bar stats by 1,000,000 each time. So it's possible to get on the demo. I don't recommend it because you'd probably take all month to do that. So not really worth it. We can't do Martial Dimension on the demo, and we can't do these either on the demo. So you can get up to about 75% completion on demerits as well on the demo, ready for the full game. At that point, I just suggest working on quests, maybe max out the squad shop if you want. If you're going to max out the squad shop, that is going to take quite a bit of time though, especially with things like the Dark Assembly, because it requires 100 billion juice bar experience just to get to level 8. I don't know what level 9 is going to be. I think that's probably going to be 1 trillion. But I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see when I finally get that. But though, guys, this has been a really, really long video, and well, I hope it's helped, because that is literally everything I've done on the demo and everything I'm going to be doing on the demo. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free, leave a comment, and I will answer them all. I will be in the comment sections for, you know, all today, all tomorrow, all pretty much whenever, you know, like just leave a comment and I will answer. Anyway though, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I hope this super guide has helped. If it has, then make sure you hit that like button, and again, leave a comment down below, you know, ask me anything you want, or even just call me insane for having nearly 200 hours on the demo, a month before the game's even out. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, so you don't miss any more Disgaea 6 content. Especially when the full game comes out, guys, I'm going to be making so many guides, it is unreal. Still though, everybody, I do want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon.